Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because this will make you sick. And we've got a lot to cover today. Plus, we're going to hear from Dr. Gundry, too, as well. Let's get right into it. I have been sent so many different letters and memos about this, about the junk fees that people are being charged at restaurants. And they are sick of it. They're absolutely fed up with these fees. And dining used to be an experience. It's no longer an experience. It's kind of a chore right now to go out and deal with this. So, first things first, think about this. There are restaurants in the San Francisco area right now that are charging people fees for drinking excessively. So, two restaurants in particular. One is called The Kitchen Story, and one is called Home Plate. And if you drink too much at the restaurant and you vomit, they will charge you $50. Hello? Okay? Now, who drinks too much during brunch? Who does this? Okay? Well, I got these stories sent to me, first of all from Dave, thank you, and I started to research this and started to laugh at this because this is not just something that, oh gosh, this is a common, this is just these two crazy restaurants, people get nuts. No, here's the thing. People go out and drink. When you have free booze like bottomless mimosas and things like that, people go to town and people drink way, way, way too much. Now, think about it. These restaurants, if you vomit, you're paying $50, which goes to all the different other fees that people have written me about, surcharges and different excessive fees that are just outrageous. Let's face it, guys. But think about this. This led me down a path where there are other restaurants right now that put a timer on your table. Okay, bottomless mimosas start now, ding, you get 2 hours to drink, all you want, okay? After 2 hours, it stops, and then people just shovel down champagne during that time. An Atlanta restaurant right now has think about this one, a 2-bottle per person maximum at your table. When was the last time you sat down and drank 2 bottles of champagne? Hey! Okay? So, absolutely outrageous, absolutely out of control. But this is the thing. Running a restaurant is worse than ever. You need a gimmick right now, and we've seen this. Since the health crisis, it has been an absolute disaster. One thing I've learned is, like DoorDash and those delivery services, Uber Eats and things like that, they charge restaurants an absolute fortune to use their services. So with that, people think, oh, it's just a $5 fee. No, they take a percentage of the sale off the top of that. And there is a famous YouTuber, Mr. Beast, who went out and started Mr. Beast Eats and Mr. Beast Burgers. And this guy took restaurants during the pandemic and converted them to make his cheeseburger. Buca di Beppo, an Italian restaurant, was making cheeseburgers for this guy during this time. And they sold millions and millions of dollars worth of cheeseburgers. And the idea with it was, clearly there's a business model there. Everything this guy touches turns to gold. He makes tens of millions of dollars a year. Anyways, what you're seeing though is people fed up with these fees. Could you imagine being in a restaurant where in the bathroom they have a no vomiting fee, will charge you $50. And this goes to other things I've seen. I left a biotech conference, which was, I'm telling you, I had lots of coffee that day to keep myself awake because it was a boring group. Regulatory, oh my God. They get all excited about submissions to the FDA and stuff like that. Whoa. I had to take an Uber because my car was getting worked on. And I walk out of the event, and the Uber driver says, listen, before you get in my car, he gets out of the car and walks around the passenger side before he would unlock the door and said, listen, have you had any alcohol today? And my response being, Dan, I said, no, I've had a tremendous amount of heroin, though. And I said, what, are you kidding me? What time is it? It was like 3:45 in the afternoon. I said, are you joking? Oh, no, so you're my first ride of the day, and I don't, I have a problem with people getting sick in the vehicle. I'm like, okay, so I had to talk to him about this. I get in the car, and again, I'm the first ride of the day. The guy had a rolled up, what looked like a rubber mat on his front seat and a big jug like you would spray like bugs with. And he goes, yeah, well, what I do is if you've had alcohol, I cover the back seat with that. Because if you throw up, I don't want you throwing up in my car, I want you throwing up on the mat. And I'm like, how often does this happen? Oh, every night, every night. So the Uber driver drives people that get sick every day. Is that nuts? Is that insane? So in this poor guy's Prius, he puts this mat down so that the booze hounds, you know, he can pick them up at the beach and these places like this, and they get so drunk on a Thursday night that they're throwing up in his car. Man, whatever. What am I missing out on? So you're going to see more and more of this. I found a great list of restaurants, and this is from Los Angeles, but it's Los Angeles adjacent because it covers different areas, and some in Long Beach, some in Palm Springs, a couple in Orange County. But here's a list, a Google sheet that is insane, that covers everything on this. Take a look at this. We are all fed up with these fees. Let's face it, they're ridiculous. You know, when you see corkage fees at 35 bucks and you see, you know, 10% charges, look at these. Look at all these restaurants that are doing this. I found this to be fascinating, you know, that there were this many. But Reddit is a great service where you can find things like this and lists like this. But they also had San Diego and Chicago restaurants, which who's eating in a Chicago restaurant right now? Again, the idea of going out to eat is supposed to be a fine dining and fine, you know, an experience and get a break right now. People are not getting a break right now. What people are getting is ripped off, and they're getting chiseled every way they can because the restaurateurs are not making any money right now. So that's what we're experiencing right now. So, you know, enjoy the list because I think it's just crazy. Look at some of these fees, guys. You've got 18%, 22%, you know, $1.50, 3%. This adds up, guys. This is what makes people not want to go out because they don't want anything hidden. They don't want to get charged for anything. So let me know what you think about this, guys. I really want to know what you think. Plus, share this list with people too because this is awesome. This is a great list. Let me know. Let's talk about our sponsor, Dr. Gundry. You know, one thing I have learned with having Dr. Gundry as a sponsor is how there are so many healthy foods out there that we think are good for us that actually have toxins in them that can actually hurt us. And it all starts with the digestive system. And what Dr. Gundry's done is he's put together basically a list of everything you should stay away from. We eat foods that we actually think are healthy that are really not. You know, we all grew up on that fake food pyramid of what we should eat, and it's ridiculous. Now, as we get older, we think that, hey, bloating's part of aging, fatigue is part of aging, you know, joint pain. No, we can do something about this. Dr. Gundry changed his diet and lost a tremendous amount of weight by not exercising, but just changing his diet. He's put together an amazing video for you guys. If you go to gutcleanseprotocol.com/Dan, it will show you, you know, the benefits of his program and what it can do. And again, all you have to do is change a few things and get things out of your diet, and it'll make a huge difference. Take a look at gutcleanseprotocol.com/Dan. Use the link below and check out Dr. Gundry's video today. Now, to continue with the theme of this will make you sick, you can't make this stuff up, okay? This was sent to me by someone whose family member was affected by this. And in Utah, Legacy House is a retirement community. The retirement community wants you to go with automatic payments from now on. That's what we prefer. So if you write Legacy House a check, think about this. They're going to charge you a manual fee of $300. Yes, you heard that right. You write us a check, it's 300 bucks. you know, electronic payments are so much safer and so much better, and that's what everybody prefers. Read the article below because it's insane. It's insane. Tim Gardner, one of the caretakers for one of the elderly people, is like, this is insane. You know, we handle this woman's account, we handle her estate, and this is what you're going to do to people is give them a penalty for writing you a check. So, again, guys, shut stuff like this down. Complain about stuff like this. You know, you have to pay with plastic. You know they're charging you more for the plastic too. You know, most people now are adding a fee on top of that, and it's ridiculous. So, get ready. Get ready. This is a two-part story. Home Depot has had so much crime when it comes to people ripping off their stores that there's been areas, what they call hotspots. The hotspots have more crime than other areas. In the Tampa area, for some reason, man oh man, was it just a hotbed to get tools and things stolen from Home Depot. And what they did with the police force was they did an investigation to see if you could buy black market tools. And because these people aren't the sharpest tool in the shed, they went out and stole stuff here and sold it, you know, in the same community. Okay, no one will know. Okay. Anyways, Robert Dell is a pastor in this area. And what Mr. Dell did was he recruited at-risk youth to go out and steal for Home Depot. And then he would go sell the tools at Home Depot, from Home Depot, and sell them. Now, think about this. He stole, it looks like, $3 million worth of tools that they sold, illegally and stole from the different stores in the Tampa area. That is insane, guys. That is such a huge amount of tools. And two things. There's a retail report on retail crime that I included below that's excellent. Talks about how, you know, what's been stolen, what is high risk, what's been taken. When they arrested Mr. Dell, crime in the Tampa area dropped off precipitously. I mean, it's huge, just huge drop off once they got rid of this character. So, share your thoughts on this stuff so far. One thing that the big three automaker strike has done is proven that they're basically irrelevant. I found the greatest article about how the big three automakers do not matter anymore in the grand scheme of things. And for them to sit down and say that we've lost almost 100,000 cars in production is ridiculous. It really is. And, business right now has to be ran better to make money. You know, it's just that simple. You have to streamline, you have to cut costs, you have to do everything you can. The fact that these people, some of them are making 20 bucks an hour is insane, that they're doing that type of work and building cars. That's lunacy. So something has to be done about that. But seriously, I don't know if GM, Ford, and Stellantis are going to survive this. I really don't. And you can sit there and say, oh, that's terrible, Dan. You know, read the article below because it makes a really good argument for this is nuts right now. We're living in a time that it's not the status quo on anything right now. And, we need these cars. I love the Ford F-150. I think it's a great truck. But do I think it's a great truck at $110,000? No, I don't. And the F-150 Lightning is a toy as far as I'm concerned. And I have yet to have someone that has written me that has bought that and said, wow, what an amazing vehicle we purchased. It's worth every dime. And the fact that I can get from here to Los Angeles and then charge up there is amazing. No, it's ridiculous. The next thing is inflation, guys. Inflation is a killer that is killing families right now. It is killing the middle class and it is destroying everything. And if you look at this right now, if you look at certain travel, yes, airline tickets are up in certain areas, but people aren't going to hotels right now. People aren't going out to dinner. People are spending less money. That's why these restaurants are clipping us every way they can. They're trying to charge you in every possible way that they can to take advantage of the fact that you're not ordering an appetizer when you sit down with your kids. Okay? It's that simple. Restaurants that will go away, Applebee's and these mid-level restaurants like that are no longer deals, guys. They used to be inexpensive places to eat at, and they're done. They're just not. They're expensive to go sit down. And, you know, I have people that write me and say, oh my gosh, we went to Applebee's and for the two of us was $75. What is that? Okay? So it's getting more and more expensive out there, to say the least. So share your thoughts on this stuff right now. But again, the big three automakers are nuts. Okay? I think that this has got to be resolved. But then you look at, somebody sent me this other article about Christine Blue. Christine Blue said, forget this, I'm going to go live in a tent. And I'm thinking, okay, she's going to become homeless. No, Christine Blue has a job and saves $48,000 a year by living in a tent with her son, and they basically camp in this tent. And went to Home Depot, bought a nice tent, and live out there and save 48 grand a year. Maybe Christine Blue has it figured out. So let me know what you think about this. Trying to get away from leaf blower jackass over here. Whatever happened to rakes when they rake stuff? Now you get leaf blower girl over here, okay? Sweet girl with his leaf blower that I kept saying, hey, thanks for blowing that, okay? Not cleaning it, just blowing it all over the place, okay? There's a great joke there, okay? Which I refrained from, okay? So, share your thoughts. I'm getting a kick out of certain people that are buying EV cars. Domino's Pizza just bought, listen to this, 855 Chevy Bolts for delivery. They're going to be decked out in the Domino's Pizza logo and everything that they have, you know, all the phone numbers and all that stuff, but they bought 855 of them. And I was like, well, how is that going to work? Well, if you want to work at Domino's, you're going to have a free car to deliver. So you don't have to use your own vehicle anymore. You don't have to put the thing on top of the car. And you don't have to worry about gas and things like that. Well, it will be interesting. They're convinced that they can get through an evening or a holiday or a major spike like a Super Bowl when it comes to deliveries. So that's fascinating to think that they can do that. So that will be interesting. People are facing anxiety when it comes to finances right now. And I found a great article about how people are just, you know, they're upside down right now, completely upside down financially, and everybody's waiting for it to turn. And it's not going to turn, guys. It's going to get worse before it gets better. And the only people that are doing good are the people that have cut back to an extreme amount, which is what you have to do right now. You have to get rid of everything that you don't need in your life and save money every possible way you can. That's how you're going to get by through this. When I talk to rich people, and I have a meeting today, I'm leaving here and going to have breakfast with someone, you know, these people that have tons of money are not going on vacations. They're cutting back. They're having their kids cut back. They're spending less on school clothes this year. They are spending less on everything and not wasting money right now. That's how you have to live through this. You have to cut back every possible way you can, and you will be ahead of the game. Why does somebody with abundance and all the money they need, why do they save for a rainy day? That's why they're rich, guys. That's the thing I've learned about these people, is these people that are incredibly successful live a frugal lifestyle. And just because you have it doesn't mean you have to spend it. It's not like going to the track every day and, hey, let's go bet. You know, I got a lock in the 4th race. Let's go do it. No, you don't have to live that way. You don't. Okay? Just go and enjoy yourself. Save. Eat in. Cook. Save money. But as we get closer to the holidays, God knows where this world will be at by then. Okay? Let's put it that way. But I am telling you this right now. Have a safety plan inside your house for your spouse, for your girlfriend, for your children, for whoever is important to you. Family members, everything. If stuff goes down, where will you meet? Okay? I know where I'm going to meet my kids. Okay? Friends, people, all set. Okay? Have a plan to communicate. Have a plan of what would happen if something serious went down. Okay? You know your neighbors. Know who has protection and who you can go to if you don't have it. Okay? Because the good people that do this, yeah, come here. You got it. Come here. Okay? So, share your thoughts on this stuff, but with what we just witnessed over the weekend, if you don't think that this could come to a city near you, you have to take it seriously, guys. You have to take it seriously. And protect yourself, just at all costs, okay? If you can do something about that and buy something to protect yourself and you don't have it, get it. Get it now. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. To go back to the junk fees story and the, vomiting and making you sick, one thing that our Governor Newsom, who wants to be president, did, which is kind of funny. Seriously, if you walk through, not through cities like this, but if you walk through downtown LA and areas like that are just war zones, you'll know why it's a joke, okay? But he just signed a bill that will get rid of all junk fees. And hopefully this will be the case because it will eliminate a lot of this stuff, and it's the first state in the union that will get rid of these fees. They have to spell the fees out, they're going to have to post them and show you what they are and justify them before anything can be charged to you up front. So no more sneaky stuff on your checks, and we will see how this works out. Because one thing I've learned about this state, if it's regulation involved, it just means extra stuff to worry about and extra things that are added. I like walking on this bridge. A lot of people ride their bikes, and you saw the guy in the electric, motorized scooter and stuff. Just a cool area to walk out first thing in the morning. But let me know what you think about all this stuff. And again, a plan. No one was ever hurt by preparing for anything. Preparing financially, preparing for your security, preparing for everything. But have a conversation. They're tough conversations, guys. Let's face it, if you don't do this. But you have to do this right now. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And this is going to continue the theme of This Will Make You Sick. Tim Gner is a billionaire out of Australia. And Mr. Gner, about a month and a half ago, made a statement that he's still catching heck for right now. And that is that, hey, we need to see unemployment rise. We need to see unemployment get to 50%. 50%. Imagine a world where unemployment was at 50%. Now, Mr. Gner, I love this guy. This guy's on Twitter, he's on Instagram, he's making these posts talking about how people that eat avocado toast are a mess, kids today, that type of stuff. And it's funny, okay, because he's very outspoken, but he got himself a lot of heat because we need to see a world where we get to 50% unemployment. If we had 50% unemployment, even in Australia, they would swim away from Australia to get away from that. Plus, I got a story about the planes too in a second. Think about this one. There is an EV car maker out of North Carolina that got the largest state grant ever. $623 million. $623 million. Poof. All gone. It's a company called VinFast. We got somebody manufacturing electric cars in our state. Okay, how about this? Over the last 3 years, they've lost $5 billion. $5 billion. What a fantastic business model that is. $5 billion loss. Can you imagine that? Look at this guy swimming. Okay? $5 billion. Okay? What are you doing this morning? This guy's swimming around the bay. Anyways, final story is there is a small, what they call boutique airline, that is basically a 30-seat plane airline that flies around basically the west, south, and they do New York to Miami too. It's kind of cool. They're called JSX. Okay? And JSX is this boutique airline that's under heavy pressure from the larger airlines because they have less restrictions. I'm telling you guys, it is amazing. If you go anywhere and you can fly JSX, do it, because you can sit there and go, oh, it's so expensive. No, it's cheaper when you look at it. Plus, I just flew Delta and I just flew American Airlines to get to Dallas and back, and it was hell. It was awful. The experience was horrible compared to JSX. Do I wish they were a sponsor? Of course, guys. I love these guys. But they're facing all this tough regulation because they don't have TSA. You can show up 20 minutes before a flight and walk on the plane, and they're trying to get shut down right now. And, JSX sent me an email and said, look at these stories. Can you do anything about this? Share it with everybody. Yeah, there you go, guys. But what is your time worth? What's everything worth to you right now? And to sit there and to have a business that's successful, that's growing. They just added the Orlando route, and they just set up a whole new section in Orlando, but American Airlines hates these guys. American Airlines sucks. Delta sucks. I would give them both a D, okay, with my experience. I made it to and from, but the experience was awful. So please don't forget to like the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And onward and upward, guys. I'll see you guys very soon. If you want to reach out to me, hello at iAllegedly. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, because I've had people that have told me lately, I'm not subscribed anymore, Dan. I got to. Okay? I'll see you guys very soon. Look, that's probably JSX flying above me right now. Okay? See you guys soon.